Hi guys! Today I am filming a little bit of an impromptu video about my current working situation. So as you can tell, or maybe not, I'm at home. I am currently sitting in Benny's room. He does not sleep in here yet. I took over his changing table and this corner of his room to set up my classroom. So I just want to show you guys a little bit of what a night is like for me. So the company that I'm working for currently is called VIPKid. It is an online ESL company. I teach kids in China how to speak English. They're anywhere from ages 4 to 14. I don't really do the really little ones, but you absolutely can. I am more of an older student kind of a girl myself. Usually my kids are anywhere from 6 to 12. And I just got certified to teach higher levels, and I'm thinking about getting a certification to do trial classes. I can tell you more about that stuff later. That's like more specific than what we need to go into right now. Basically, I am my own boss. I am contracted through this company. I get to decide when I work. Right now, what works for me is working when Joel is home. Joel is not home very much at all. He goes to work at 3 in the morning. He comes back late, usually 6, 7, 8 at night, somewhere in there. He's working very long hours, and my baby still has pretty unpredictable sleep schedule, so I don't like to work unless Joel is here. Sorry, I was just checking the monitor actually. The reason for that is that I am teaching through my laptop 2 kids in China, and they log in. We have 25 to 28 minutes, and I don't want to interrupt that. Their parents are paying for these classes, and it's about $1 a minute for them. That's not what I make, but it's about $1 a minute for them to pay for it. So I do not want to disrespect that. I don't want to take away from that by having to go into the other room, get my baby, bring him in, have him in the lesson with me. You know, I don't want to have to do that. So I will only teach when Joel is home. What that means is I open slots from 10:30 at night until 1:30 in the morning. So my last class ends around 2. Right now it's actually working out pretty well. I'm not getting a ton of sleep because the baby is teething. So usually when I go to bed, he wakes up. There's a whole nursing scenario that happens, and I am usually up by 7 or 8 in the morning. So I'm not getting much sleep. But other than that, it's working out okay. And right now, I'm handling it. So hopefully change can be in our future, but for now that's what's working, and I am loving this job. It's worth it to me. It's extra money for us to pay off debt. It's extra money for us to work towards our goals, and it is fun. I love it, and it's completely worth it for me. Right now the hours are working with the kids in China because they are not in school. Coronavirus has kept them out of school, and now it is keeping kids home from school in the US. And I just wanted to make this video for people that are curious about working from home, want to know what more options are for working from home. I want to help, and this has been awesome for me. I have loved every second of it, and I just really want to share it with everyone. So I'm going to show you guys my classroom. I'm going to show you how I set my stuff up, and I'm going to try to show you some of my, like how I have my screen set up, but it's a little bit complicated to just show you on my camera. So in the future, I'll do a video where I do like a screen share and you can see how I actually have it set up and how things work. But for now, I'm just going to show it on the camera, and you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like for me. So I hope you enjoy looking at my classroom and seeing what I get to do every day.
Alright guys, so this is my current setup. I have this lovely tapestry as my backdrop. That's from Amazon. I have this cart with all of my props and things. I finally just got an office chair because I was using a kitchen chair and my back was killing me. These are some of my props that I've been using. I am in between lessons right now, so they're just kind of everywhere. This is the stuff I use the most, the earth and this book that I got from the library, which the kids actually really love. It is in English and in Chinese, so sometimes I'll pull this out if we have some extra time. And they love seeing the English word and the Chinese word, and they get to speak Chinese to me, which they think is really fun. Soccer ball comes up a lot in the lessons, or just playing or ball, so I use that one a lot. This is my puppet, and I have tons of whiteboards. This one I mostly just use for me because it's a cheap dollar store one, so I'll take notes on that if I don't have my lesson notes out. This is Benny's changing table, so there are some props under here, but also his wipe warmer and stuff. This is stuff I don't use nearly as much. I have some extra whiteboards, some magnet letters, and some flashcards and stuff under there as well. This is my whiteboard where I have my most used items. I have my name on there in case they see it. This one is a reward that I can use if my digital stuff isn't working. American flag I use all the time. Meg and Mike I use all the time. The color wheel I use for my younger students, and the name tag I use for any new student that I have. This is what I see every night. So I have my computer on a little dollar store stand there. I wouldn't recommend that necessarily. It's pretty wobbly, but it works. I have my phone with my monitor, and I have it ready to call Joel because he does not hear the baby when the baby wakes up, so I just have it ready to press call, and his phone will wake him up. The baby does not. He's a very deep sleeper, so he does not wake up. If I have the phone ready, it's just less distracting for me during the lesson, so I can just hit send and then it's over. This page right here I made for myself to keep track of my feedback throughout the lessons. I have things that they did great on, things they need to work on, and it just really helps me stay organized. Tonight I actually had some extra time because, as you can see, I have 3 assessments in a row, and the assessments don't require a lot. You don't teach any new material. You don't really need props, especially the way that I do it because I use digital props. So it's pretty simple.
So up here I just have some post-its. If I have a lot of new students, I'll make sure I write their name on a post-it and put it just kind of on the side of my computer so I don't say the wrong name. This sweet lamp is from when I was actually a baby. That is from my nursery. My mom saved it and gave it to me, and I am using it to light my face. I always keep a whiteboard under my computer. Then I always keep my water in here. I have an extender for USBs because I have my headphones plugged in, I have a mouse plugged in, I have a keyboard down here, and then what else? Oh, my light is plugged into that as well. They always recommend that you have an Ethernet cord for your classes so that you don't get disconnected. So this is what the classroom looks like. I have it down at the bottom part of my screen. So this is what the student sees right here. So I just have it's St. Patrick's Day, so I have a St. Patrick's Day welcome screen. I'm not going to show you any of the lessons because it's all like copyrighted stuff, but these are my different windows that I have open throughout my class. I switch between my face and a reward slide. This is my prop slide. So I can make my prop big, I can make my prop small, and I'm not going to show you all of that, but it's pretty simple to use the way I have it set up, and I really love it. So I'm going to start class. I have 1 minute. Student's not in the classroom yet. I can see if she's in there. So I'm going to get started, and I will see you guys after. Okay, so I have a couple minutes before my next lesson. That one was a little bit different because she was late, and she isn't usually. So we started about 6 or 7 minutes late, And that might not sound like a lot, but when you only have 25 minutes, it is kind of a lot. We were able to get through all the material, but we didn't get to talk about our final project. So I just made sure I put it in the feedback. I have gotten to the point where I can almost always finish feedback before I get to the next lesson. And before, that was taking me like an hour after I finished all my classes, which I usually finish my classes at 2 a.m. So I was up until 3 a.m., which is usually when the baby wakes up. So I was getting very little sleep. Finishing my feedback this way has really helped me out. So I can tell you more about how I'm doing my feedback if you are interested. I have about 1 minute until my last class starts. This is a regular of mine. We are on her first unit assessment, but I've done this whole unit with her, so it's kind of cool to see what she's learned. So I'm gonna check in here. She's visiting family, so she might be a little bit late. She was a little bit late yesterday, but only like a minute or so. But I'm gonna get ready to start, and I should be done in about 25 minutes, and I'll see you then. Can you hear me now? Sorry, I had my microphone turned off. How are you? Very good. Are you ready to start your assessment? Okay, you get to show me everything you've learned so far. Okay, so we are going to start by reading what the story is. Can you read? I don't have any idea when that stopped recording because I can't really hear anything with the headphones on. That student, she almost always books my 1:30 class, and it is such a good way to end my night. She started with VIPKid 12 lessons ago. She's done all 12 lessons with me. I love seeing her. She is awesome. I mentioned before class that she is visiting family. There was like chaos behind her, and so we were just kind of, you know, laughing with that, working with it. And I asked her who was there, and yesterday she had cousins there, but today she said, "This is my sister." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know you had a sister." And then her brother that I have met before was also behind her. She said, "Oh, and my other brother is over here, and I have two sisters upstairs asleep." And I was like, wait a minute, what? She has 13 brothers and sisters, so that is why there was chaos. The whole lesson, it was really loud behind her, but she's able to stay focused, and she is just really, she was really anxious for her assessment. And with VIPKid, they're just really fun, they're laid back. At the beginning of the lesson, I asked her if she had her project, and she didn't have it, and that is really not a big deal. There's a blank slide at the end of the assessment presentations, and they can draw on it and complete their project there. It's very laid back, it's very fun and making them comfortable, and yeah, it's such a fun platform to work with. I love that I can use my technology experience. I love working with Google Classroom and Google Slides and all of that, and that's what I get to do, and it's super fun. I don't know, I can't say enough good things about it, so that's kind of why I'm making this video. I just wanted to share with people about it. So I know everything is kind of crazy in the world right now, and a lot of people are being laid off from their jobs and not able to go to work, and it's a little bit scary. My daily life hasn't changed that much. I stay home with the baby, I work at night from home, I sit around and wait for Joel to come home. He's still working currently. I don't think he's going to be working for much longer. His job is delivering food to restaurants and different places, and there just isn't demand right now because restaurants have been closed, bars have been closed, and he is not very high up in the ranks seniority wise because we just moved here. So he will likely not be working for much longer, so I'm glad we have this option. It's not going to pay all of our bills, but it certainly does help. So if you find yourself in that situation and you are interested in doing what I'm doing, please reach out to me. This is not a MLM, it's not sales, it's not marketing, it's not any of that. This is just a really great option for what's happening in the world right now. As you know, coronavirus hit China before it hit the US. The kids are still not back to school there, and it's been a couple of months for them at least. I don't know exactly when it got really bad there, but I've been working since January at this job, and the kids have not gone back to school yet, and it is now mid-March. They're doing online lessons. I ask my kids every day what they did, and they always say, oh, I had this lesson, or I had homework, or, you know, whatever they can do to keep learning with the restrictions that have to be in place. So like I said, if you're interested, if you want more info, I would love to give it to you. I love it. I'm totally willing to help you get started if you are interested. I do want to kind of disclose how it works. So if I have a teacher sign up with my referral code, I get a small one-time bonus if they teach a class. So if you go all the way through the hiring process, there is no cost to you for applying to the company, getting started. The only things that I paid for were the props, and these are all from the dollar store, or I printed them for free. So these are printed in the level 2 stuff. You need them to do stuff on their tablet to interact with you. So I have that. Everything, like I said, everything is either printed off my computer and laminated, or I bought it at the dollar store. I maybe have $20 worth of stuff that I bought. I paid $10 for this backdrop on Amazon, and I bought myself a whiteboard because I am a teacher at heart and I love to buy school supplies. You don't need any of this stuff. You do kind of need a plain background. It's nice for you to have your name up. It's nice for them to be able to recognize you and not just have a blank wall behind you, but nothing is required. You don't have to wear the orange shirt, obviously, unless you want to. You don't have to do full makeup, obviously, unless you want to. You are your own boss. So whatever you want to do to make your classroom more memorable, or whatever you want it to be, you can do that. But it is very easy to do it on the cheap, and I have lots of ways that I can share for you to do that. Again, I'm more than happy to share that stuff with you. Just ask. You guys, I think that's it for this video. I really need to do my feedback for my student. She was so anxious to know what her score was. And it's actually graded as they go. I mark how she does on every question as she goes. So I could have told her right then, but I wanted to go through the feedback and make sure I didn't miss anything before I submitted it to her. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you saw something helpful or saw something you want more information about. And please don't hesitate to contact me about it. I will leave in the description as much information as I can. I have a referral code. I have a link that you can follow to just get started in the application process. There are tons of YouTube videos that you can look up that will help you. I am currently making some. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.